thank you for the gift of everybody you've aligned by our side to guide us and to put us in the right paths of success and elevation. And as we start this event, may it be impactful to the students and to everyone who's here. May it be a life-changing session. And may all that we talk about come to reality. In Jesus' name I've prayed and believed.
Amen.
Thank you so much once again. Just to remind you, this career development session is organized by T Aspirational Generation in collaboration with Uganda Pentecostal University. And I would love us to first of all appreciate and give recognition to the other different organizations and entities that have collaborated with us. Speaking of the Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, which is here with us today. Speaking of High People Foundation. Speaking of Pepsi. Speaking of Artisan Uganda. Zinga Yafe. And many more. So without going anywhere further, allow me to first of all also introduce myself. My name is Chigundu Paul Daniel, the manager of TIG Network Africa, and with me I have my co-moderator. Please, may you introduce yourself.
Please call me Mike Aleta Henry. That's my name.
Okay, thank you so much. And without further ado, we are going to first of all invite, because since we have been delayed up to start this program, we're going to be a little bit fast. We are going to invite the Dean of the Students Affairs, Uganda Pentecostal University. Yes.
Yeah,
but before I invite the Dean, sorry about that. There are some guests we didn't recognize, but they're here with us, guest speakers.
Yeah, we have been recognizing people coming in, but we have all the guests in the house, and we are going to recognize them in a special way. And please allow me, Tas Chigundu Paul, to do that.
Yes, with us here, we have Mr. Wilfred Senyange, the PRO, or Public Relations Officer, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. Furthermore, we have Engineer Godfrey Ongel. May he stand up and he waves to you. Okay. Then we have the Deputy IGG, Dr. Patricia Achan Okeria. And with us, we also have the Vice Chancellor, Uganda Pentecostal University. Furthermore, we are expecting Mr. Innocent Kawoya, the CEO High People Foundation. He's going to join us just in a few. And my co-moderator, you can be able to lead us into the next item on the agenda, probably somebody who can come and speak to the students.
Thank you so much. As a university, we are very happy, first of all, and we decided to organize this function because we know as students, we may not do everything, okay? So we have decided to invite these people to come and give you what we may not be able to give you. And without wasting time, let me invite the Dean of Students, Mr. Dombi Eric Abu. Council, you're most welcome.
The chief guest, the guests invited, TIGS Foundation and other partners, my boss, the Vice Chancellor, Uganda Pentecostal University, staff, Uganda Pentecostal University, the guild body, the students. Good morning. Good morning. It is a beautiful day an organized day, a planned day to have our most distinguished chief guest to be part of us, among other guests. To the students, I welcome you to this day. It's not our day, it is your day to know how to plan for your future. For us is to listen, and I urge you to pay a very keen ear to whatever will be discussed, whatever will be shared to you. Our guests, chief guests, and the rest, you're welcome to Uganda Pentecostal University. We are ready to listen to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dean, for that overview about the event of today. And let's actually not forget that today it is based on a theme, school to workspaces. We are looking at packaging our dear students with the necessary knowledge, the necessary skills, the necessary information that they need as they transcend into the workspaces. As TIG, we believe that students must supplement their education with skills in order to be marketable in the job market. So allow us extend this to you, and also thank you for showing up. And all of you are smart. I will not deny that. I'm seeing really these students look very good and healthy. So allow me thank the administration of Uganda Pentecostal University for that initiative. And without wasting more time, I am going to go to the next item on the agenda. We are going to introduce our very first guest speaker today. He's going to come in from the creative sector. I already mentioned his name, but allow me to do it once more. He is the Public Relations Officer, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, Mr. Wilfred Senyange. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. All protocol observed, and this is because we have run out of time. We are supposed to start at 10, but nevertheless, we are here. I am very excited to be at the Pentecostal University here in Fort Portal for the very first time. And I bring you greetings from the Managing Director of Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, Mr. Winston Agaba David. He sends his regards. Because time is really against us, I am going to be very brief in my presentation. There is nothing I'm going to say probably that you've never heard about. I am not here to give very long speeches, but I am here to share ideas with you. You can pick out what you think works for you and leave out what you think doesn't work for you. You don't have to take everything. This morning, I am going to be delving into exploiting available opportunities and the relevance of social capital. That is the topic that they gave me to discuss with you. But before I go even further, how do we exploit available opportunities? And how do we look for those opportunities? There is a man I was reading from somewhere, and he said that he's a website designer. As he was somewhere having his good time, a friend of his called him and said, "Hey, John, where are you?" I said, "Yeah, I'm here." And he said, "I need your help." "Hey, how would you like me to help you? Do you still remember how to design a website? He said, yeah, I do. Remember, these two were classmates. They used to sit in the same lecture room. They used to do the same coursework. They used to do the same everything. So, and the question is, if they used to sit in the same lecture room, they used to do the same coursework, how come this other guy is calling John, asking him whether he remembers how to design websites? Imagine, so this John got an opportunity to make money from an OB who maybe did not take an extra effort. He never took extra effort to learn some other things, probably outside what he was never taught at university. So, he tapped into that opportunity. And that poses some questions that I want to pose to you. We are all here at Pentecostal University. Some of you are studying journalism, lawyers, social workers, IT experts. But the question comes, what are you spending your time and your money on after university? Some of you are in third year. And number two, are those things in line with your goals as an individual? What are your goals? And also, you need to ask yourself, as you study, are you getting the right results that are going to take you to compete in the current job market? Are you getting the proper results? So think about those three questions. But I want to give you a few tips on how you can conduct, on how you can tap into the available job market. I can tell you, my brothers and sisters, the job market today is really, really very competitive. It is not for the lazy people. If you are lazy, I think you need to find another country, not Uganda. Like you can see, the sun is so hot. There is no way the sun can be so hot. Your wallet is also not comfortable. You are here in Fort Portal. Each office you go to, you hit a dead end. But how do you tap into that job market? But I can tell you the jobs are there. The jobs are there, but sometimes we don't know where they are. Conduct some research. If you are doing IT, do some research. So many of you do not want to do research. And I think that is an African problem. We need to conduct some research as students, as you graduate. Most of the things I am saying, this is not a script that I have read. But most of these things I noted down, I reflected on my personal life as an individual. I am not a kind of person who goes, reads things and come and tell people. I always reflect on personal life. I look at my journey, how far I come from. I am a very small boy from deep down in Mukono. I never knew that I would ever go to Kampala. When you look at my past, you look at my photos with my mother, with my father. Very poor family. Completely poor. But to see that I have come this far, and I am now, Chegundu introduced me as the public relations officer. He demoted me. He demoted me. I am the acting manager communications, Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. Yes. So, do some research. When you do research, you will get to know where the job market is. Number two, embrace the emerging technologies. I know we are still a backward country. But whereas we are backward, the other part of the world, each and every day, something new is coming up. Chinese are producing phones from their homes. Here in Uganda, what are we producing from our homes? Domestic violence due to poverty. Food and children. Okay? The Chinese, a kid of maybe 10 years, he has an idea on how to manufacture a phone. They go to those big companies, they are producing vehicles. You go to Japan, is one of the most emerging, strongest economies in the world. You go to Russia, you see how Russia, all the sanctions that were put on it, it has overcome all those hurdles. How have they managed to overcome those challenges? So embrace the emerging technologies. We have AI as students. Those of you, by the way, who are not embracing the AI technology, you are going to be left behind. AI, artificial intelligence, is a very, very serious thing. Now we are hiring robots to cook for us, to become maids, because we can no longer trust maids at home. We are hiring robots to be our bodyguards. We are hiring robots to teach us in class. Sometimes I go to my AI app and I ask it questions, and the way it responds, I am amazed. So we need to embrace technology of AI, but combine it with our own knowledge. So that's when we shall be able to compete with the current trend of growth. And also, because each and every technology that comes, it comes with an advantage and a disadvantage. Now, there are so many jobs in the AI technology, because so many companies are looking for people who are well versed with AI technology. But where are they? I was talking to someone. You know, I am also an aspiring diplomat. I am an aspiring diplomat. Madam IGG, I think when I knock on your door one time, please welcome me. I am finalizing my master's in international relations and diplomacy. And very soon I will be graduating. But I was liaising with someone at the Ministry of Internal Affairs recently. And I realized there are so many gaps that we have as a country. People come, they study a lot of things. They study social work, you study development studies. One time His Excellency asked those people who are studying development studies that who are you going to develop? But I am here to encourage you that yes, you will assist us to give us that expertise you have gained from university. So, in this job market, there are job opportunities that are also hidden that you will not see. How do you tap into those job opportunities that you don't see? Even here right now, for me, I have already identified a job opportunity. Number one, those are job opportunities the university will never advertise, a company will never advertise, that or a school or a medical school will never advertise. And restaurant. Sometimes I have my own time. I go to Cafe Java's and they give me that beautiful menu. But some of the things there I don't understand. And what I do, I call the waiter and I ask her, do you have this? Do you have this? Can you make for me this? And actually, yes, she said, yeah, that's possible. But actually, it's not there on the menu. So, these are the job opportunities that are hidden that I'm talking about. It is there, but you cannot see it. Okay? But how do we tap into those job opportunities? And why is it that companies do not advertise some of those jobs? Number one, some companies have budget constraints, they will not advertise, because when they advertise, recruitment also has a budget constraint. It has a cost. Number two, you might ask for a salary. They may not afford to pay you. Number three, some companies are internally recruiting. But how do you tap into those opportunities? Number one is how strong is your social capital? Social capital, I mean, the people you share the same values with, the people you relate with, the people you network with. Look around you. The people you are moving with, are they able to support you to get into a certain place? I can tell you an example. I joined Uganda Broadcasting Corporation as an intern. Many years ago, I will not mention. I went as an intern. But when I looked at the environment of the institution, I realized there was a gap. One time I was a celebrity. I used to be on TV. You were talking to a celebrity, so. Yeah, I used to be on TV. I used to do a show called Take Me Home. We used to get all those kids from the streets. We could relocate them back to their homes. And but I realized the gap somewhere in communications. And that was my passion. Because on the other side, you also have to do what you have passion in. You must be passionate about it in order for you to be successful in it. So I realized the gap. But I also used my social capital, the people I share my values with, and they supported my dream. They pushed me. You see, I am a small man, and in most cases, in some of these offices, they consider very tall people, people with very big bodies, someone who walks in, yes, and he has that command. Some of those offices, someone who is very tall, who touches the roof. Some of those offices, those are some of the considerations. I'm told many years ago, I think that to enter the army many years ago during His Excellency Idi Amin's regime, people of our sizes would not qualify to enter the army. And I really want to thank the NRM government for bringing a change. It has really, really changed institutions. You are able to enter all these institutions regardless of who, what you are. I told you I am a very small man from deep down in Mukono. I never knew that one time I would sit on the same platform with the Deputy IGG of the Republic of Uganda. So it is an honor. It is an honor. So look at your social capital, the people around you, the people you share values with. And number two, I also want to say that stay active and visible. When you walk into an institution, for example, you are a trainee, a graduate trainee, stay active, visible, not aimlessly. There is staying active and visible, but when you are just annoying people, when you are just gallivanting around, you are just moving office to office, talking about people, complaining. Please do not complain. Every institution has challenges. If you want to build an institution which doesn't have challenges, please go and start your company and see if you will never get challenges. When you live a complaining life, you never move forward. Use those challenges to turn them into opportunities. Everybody has challenges. Even His Excellency, he has challenges. You might think for him, he has reached that man has challenges, just like your parents, just like your guardians. So, be active and relevant and visible. Some of you always want to hide. Someone told me at work that, for me, I don't want the top bosses to get to know me. And I asked her why. She was a girl. You know, when those top bosses get to know you in these big institutions, when they get to know you, it is easy for them to identify your mistakes and they just fire you immediately. But I told her, look, we need to look at the other side of the ball. I told her, if these bosses knew you, if the deputy IGG knows me very well, and by coincidence I do something really bad, I think there is an opportunity for her to say, oh, my Wilfred, what you did is bad, but okay, instead of firing you, let us suspend you for 1 month. Because we have created that bond, we have created that relationship. In that way, it is going to help me to, 1, retain my job, 2, it gives me space to apologize, even to do better and to be guided. Because if you are not guided by the top authorities or by the leadership of an institution, then you might not even be able to grow. You need to grow. All of us walk into these institutions to grow. I started as a mayor intern, then TV presenter. Then I climbed the steps, public relations officer, then communications coordinator, then acting communications manager, and I am still continuing. Maybe one day I might become the MD. Maybe, by the grace of God. So, you need to consider those things. I am about to conclude because my time is up. Number 3 and 4. Try to attend those virtual meetings, virtual online meetings. There are so many job opportunities you can tap into. Many of you, I remember during COVID, some universities used to teach online, but someone logs in, they start having their own conversations somewhere. And by the time lecturer calls, Joanne, tell us, what is the answer? Joanne is nowhere to answer. But it shows that she's logged in. So let us try to attend those virtual conferences, those virtual online meetings, and also try to, as you are studying here, try to take on online courses. There are so many free online courses on the internet, so that by the time you graduate from here, in a few months you have a certificate in something else. I have a friend of mine, she works in Gulu. She works in a hotel called Kachoke Madit. And she did hospitality in a certain university here. But again, she had to add on another course, another online course. And the reason why she got a job where she's working right now, it's because the certificate she has, it reads that she attended a certain course from the university from the United States. But she has even never been there physically. It was just an online course. Those people traveled all the way from the US, they came here, and she graduated. She didn't have to go to the US. But her certificates, it doesn't even show that it is an online course. So, let us tap into the new emerging technologies so that we add value to our knowledge and wisdom. And lastly is try to join associations, professional associations, as a student. How many of you are doing journalism? Do we have journalism here? Mass communication? Or media studies? Anyone doing that course? Now, you have a gift from me because you were the first. You were proactive and active. You have a gift from me. The lady in red. Yes, the lady in red. Yes, because she was active, proactive, and swift. That's how a journalist should be. You have to be proactive, active. You have a gift from me. So, I was saying that you need to join professional associations. As a journalist, I expect you to be a member of Uganda Journalists Association. I believe here in Fort Portal, you have some of those associations. If you are also still into mass comm and you are interested in public relations, why don't you join the Association of Public Relations Association of Uganda, PRAU? It is very vibrant, very visible. They are offering trainings every now and then. Join those associations. Those people can even travel up to here. I am a member there personally. We have facilitated students in different universities. In UCU, Nkumba, Makerere, Wea, and Deje. We have gone to all those universities. And we go deep down where they have branches also. It's a matter of arranging with them. And they come and they give you that talks. Join those associations. If you are an engineer, there is that association. You are doing accounting, there is that association for students. You join as a student, because when you join as a student, you don't pay that much money. I think it's some association, it's just a 50K. That's very little money that each one of us can afford. I join professional bodies so that you are able to network, so that you are able to expand your social capital. It is very, very important, very important. And as I conclude, just a few tips. When you get that job, don't think that you have landed. When you get that job, don't think that you have landed. One of the most important things when you are employed is being humble. You never lose anything when you are humble in life. Don't think that because now you have gotten that job, you start stepping on your friends, your colleagues. Deputy Ijiji is one of my role models, because I am really so humbled. I am so humbled with the way she interacts with the young people. She's up there, but she comes back down to the young people. And it doesn't matter the title that she holds. That is very, very good, a very good gesture as a leader. There are some leaders that you can never even call. They will never come, they will never respond. So when we get responsibility, when they give you that office, you are there to serve the public, whether it is a private institution or a government institution or a private institution. You are there to serve the public. Do not make people plead. If you can help people, help them. People are badly off. If you are the one to sign off that document, you have analyzed it. If there are issues, guide immediately. Guide. Don't shout at people. Guide them on the right procedure. Let things move. And my last word. Every time I interact with people, I have to sing this song. And all of us are going to sing. All of us are going to sing. Me, I am patriotic. I love my country. One man must love. We are going to sing up to 5. One man must love. One man must love Uganda. One man must love. Let us stand up and we clap. One man must love. One man must love Uganda. One man must love. One man must love Uganda. Two men must love. Two men must love. Two men must love Uganda. Three men must love. Three men must love Uganda. Three men must
love Uganda. For men must love. 5 men must love. And 5 men must love. 5 men must love. 5 men must love. 1 man must love Uganda.
6 men must love. 7 men must love.
Love Uganda.
10 men, 9 men, 8 men, 7 men, 7 men, 6 men, 5 men, 4 men, 3 men.
So much, Mr. Wilfred, for that inspiration you've extended to the students. How was it?
To me, it was very inspiring. Well, I'm not a student, but I was moved because I've learned a lot of things today. And I bless God for the few who have come. My brother, what you have given is amazing, and God is going to reward you for that. We are going to have an interlude. We are going to have a performance from a very wonderful group. A very wonderful group. They are going to give us a performance, and soon we are going to receive them. But with us we have another wonderful guest. He has already arrived. He's called Vincent, and he's also going to bless you.
We have Mr. Innocent Kawoya, the CEO, High People Foundation. Let's welcome him. As he takes his seat, just like my co-moderator said, we are going to have the next item on the agenda, which is going to be a play from Zinga Yafe. It's going to be an entertaining one. I hope we can all try and look at it. I'm sure you will learn something. So if Zinga Yafe is ready, then the floor is yours.
As we wait for
Now let me tell you. Let me tell what is this? Huh?
That's a microphone.
What?
That's a microphone.
For what?
It adds on your voice so that people who are not nearby can hear you.
Now you see, because you are always adapting everything that comes here. You are adapting.
We are in modernity.
What if it kills you?
It does not kill. It does not kill. Try. Please give me another one so that he can also see how it sounds.
So I think I have a bad woman.
No, I'm not a bad woman. I'm the most good woman on earth.
Now, let me tell you. You have spoiled my children. You have let my children. Okay. At least I have one boy. That one I can agree. This boy of mine, he listened to me. When I had problems, I told him, why do you go to school? People go to school to go get jobs, get money. Why don't you then just close like this? Get money first. Leave education. What now education for what? People are looking for jobs here.
Let me educate you.
My boy.
Let me educate you.
You can't cook.
No, please. Let me first educate you.
My favorite.
How are you?
You see?
How are you,
The
Dad?
men take the chances of ladies. So he's praising his boy while I'm a girl and a woman. So I also praise my girl. I also have a girl whom I took to school.
I am very proud of you.
Dad, I'm so upset today.
What is it?
I lacked customers.
Customers, what was it?
Yes. The people are not buying my chapatis. Yes. And even the tax collector has taken all my money.
Nkakugambira omwana omutwala isomero
Chikomando, I made everything. I made the Chikomando, I made the Rolexes. Yes, customers are coming, but they are very few. Then the little money make even is taken
nibo
by this tax
butasoma
collector.
obu leka abonebone omwana waawe nyo wange nkasomesa omwana w'obwisiki namanya kucekeca nasoma nayetegereza dore omwana nko kwakubonabona donko kwakwisana we najwabirire nkaisi nyo bojo nyo.
It is okay. It is okay. Every day is not a Sunday. Because there is Monday, there is Tuesday, Wednesday.
But even yesterday it was like that. The problem is these tax collectors, maybe it is because they are educated, Father. I also want to go to school so that I be like them, I collect much money.
Leka tuikiranganize nk'abazaire tugara omwana
I want to
w'obwojo nawe
collect much
isomero
money
agenda
like them.
asome kandi nkwatunga omulimo gukuzoka.
Dad, it is good to go to school, I have realized it. Because I have suffered a lot on those streets. I'm making chapatis, but...
hati n'omwana wange yanyeyongeraho.
Proud of you. But, and I thought you were going to be my hair. Now I think I have to look for another woman.
Dad, I can be a better hair when I'm educated, Father. I can take care of your things, but if I'm not educated, I've seen these tax collectors will continue taking my money, then I sell what you give me as a hair.
Ekimbagambire mwakirora omwana atasomere tasobora kutunga
be a good
enyikare
hair after
nungi kandi
education.
tasobora kuba murungi mu bwiro bw'omaiso twekambe tusomesa abaana n'aboojo nibasoma n'abaisiki nibasoma norora muhara wange nko kwakuzoka kurungi.
Dad, my mother would be right.
You are spoiled, you girl. You are very spoiled.
What is it, Dad?
I see my cows, I see my goats, I see my grandchildren in
What
you.
is it?
And you are just there looking.
I'm from school.
Going to school. Which
I was
school?
at school.
Who dresses like that when you're going to school?
Hey, we had a training.
Training.
Yes,
So you don't understand?
Now,
we had a training.
did I give birth to a child to training or what to have future?
And that's part of education. When you go to school, you get various trainings and you're well equipped with skills that you don't attain from home.
Now, it is as simple as this. You boy, are you taking sides?
Dad, please, what I want is going to school. Because I have suffered a lot on the street. Yes.
So
What
now,
I want from
do
you
you want
is
to say-
allowing me to go to...
Wife,
Yes, please.
do you want to say I am wrong?
Yes, you're wrong, but then I'm requesting you, we take both the girl and the boy child to school so that they can get educated for the next future to come.
Do you want to say that this is not a future?
It is future, but then you see your boy is just meandering around the streets. He has just gone, he has not received money, so he's asking you should take him back to school so that he can upgrade, then he becomes a tax collector.
If you promise me that he's going to become rich, not this your things running up and down, school, but no money.
There is money. After education, you get a job that will give you money that you will not believe, and he will become a good heir in future.
Dad, even the tax collectors have a lot of money. Even they were speaking good English and...
Simple.
Yes.
Gandhi started to become a tax collector.
Thank you, Dad. Thank you,
Wow.
Dad. You.
You, I
Yes.
hate you.
Tomorrow I'm going to school.
Why?
I see my cows, my everything. You are there. Get married. Help me.
I cannot get married, Dad. I'm still young.
Now what will we do? Now, you said you dance.
Yes, I
Can I
dance.
see some of your dances now?
Wow, you are going to make it practical. Hopefully, we'll also enjoy.
She's
Thank you
walking
so
away.
much. Let's prove it right that
Dad,
you
for
can
me,
go to
don't
school
know to
and
dance.
attain talents and various skills from schools.
These are also spoiled like that.
Dad, things are good. Eh?
Aren't you happy also?
Come here. Come here. Come back.
You see that dad is now happy. He's also shaking his head.
Yes, Dad. Oh, thank you, Dad. Let me go to school.
Thank you so much. I hope you have enjoyed this performance and play. Yes, this was a small interlude that is going to usher us to our next guest speaker, who's going to be our second guest speaker. And right about now, we are going to have Engineer Godfrey Onyel, Engineer Godfrey Onyel to come and give us a facilitation or a package. Thank you very much.
Thank you, the moderator, our chief guest of today, protocol observed. You have heard my name. I'm called Onyel Godfrey. Onyel means to laugh, to be happy, to be joyful. And Godfrey means to free God. So I'm going to talk about spirituality. Not religion, but spirituality. In 2017, I decided to stop eating food. The reasons were that I tried my level best to be very, very honest on this planet Earth, to do the right thing always. But at the end, I was getting trouble, stiff resistance from very many people, including my father, my mother, my relatives, my friends, my bosses at work. First, my father told me that you are not my son anymore. Reasons. When I married my wife, I got married to my girlfriend, and it happened that the firstborn was sickly. You have heard of what we call sickle cell. My father came and told me that I want you to marry another woman. This one is going to deliver only children who are sickly, and you don't have enough money to take care of them. I said, no, Father, I'm not going to marry another wife. It happens that I come from Nebi district. My father comes from Nebi district. My mother comes from Singo, somewhere there where I passed this morning. And my mother wanted me to marry a Muganda. I told her that this one is my girlfriend. I've been with her for the last 6 years. I cannot disappoint her. I'm going to marry her. I will be with her. My mother also told me, from today, don't call me your mother, because you have refused to listen to my advice. Are you following me well? Then at workplace, I was working with a certain parastatal body, and I was as an assistant surveyor. So I was getting problem. My father again came to me, said, you cannot continue working if you don't have a witch doctor near you. He told me he has 2 doctors. One is from Congo, another one is from Sudan. He wants to take me to the one of Congo and then later on to the one of Sudan so that nobody can sack me from job. I told my father, I have the best doctor called Jesus. From there I said, when you die, you will not be buried in my place. Look for your own place. I said, thank you, Daddy. No problem. After 1 year at workplace, I was sacked. Then I went to my dad. I told him, this time they have sacked me. But I'm going back to school. Because those who sacked me, they were engineers. Born as engineers. They had to go to school to become engineers. So I'm going back to school. You have the money? I said, I will look for the money. I went back to school. I took my wife also back to school. My 2 children were also in school. And I had no income generating project. So when it came towards the exam, I had no exam fee. But I said, he's my daddy. Even if he refused, I will go and tell him to at least give me. And it was 97,000 shillings only. I rushed to him. I didn't find him at home. I sat and waited for him. When he came, I explained to him everything. He told me, stand up and go to Jesus. Don't come to me. Never come to me again. The other time I advised you I take you to Congo, to Sudan, you refused. You told me you have Jesus. Now go to him. Why are you coming to me? I left the place. I went home. I cried because I didn't know that he was sending me to the right person. I went back to Jesus. I continued with my education. I graduated as an engineer, struggling, going through hardship. When I joined another organization to work with them, they again sacked me because I don't allow any slight error. If it is 1, it must be 1. If it is 1,000, it must remain 1,000. They sacked me. I went to join the church. I said, I better work for the church. The priests, and I became the chairperson of the parish. Every check must be signed by me. If it is 1, it must be. The priest said, Ono warugambo nyo agende. I left. When I left, I said, those are 120 days minus food but with water. Now, problem started. Everybody was talking ill about me. If Jesus fasted only for 40 days, who are you? I said, this is not fasting. This is what? Hunger strike. On that 29th of July, around 5 a.m., something happened. I saw light, and I started talking to the light. I was seated. I was not sleeping. Somebody would say he was dreaming. I was seated. But I thought I was already dying because I was told that to see God, you must first die. I said, I'm not going to die. He told me one thing. 3 things. 1, he said, the reason why you people are suffering is because you don't know me. Secondly, he told me, you even don't know who you are. Then he said the last one, you even don't know how to talk to me. I asked him several questions at that time, but it seems the time was even only maybe 10 minutes. But I looked at it as if we had stayed for the whole day talking. It was the moonlight. So when I woke up, I stood up, I went to my wife, I said, you heard me talking to somebody? That no. Then she thought maybe I've already gone crazy, maybe I'm going to die. Can you imagine? The message I have right now has saved so many people. But my own people have refused to accept the message. So today I am here in Fort Fotol, Port Fotol. Now this message comes to you. If you refuse to use it, it's upon you. Okay? Now, if I may ask, who are you? Because God told me that we don't know ourselves. Who are you? Somebody would say, like me, I would say, I am an engineer. But engineer is my profession. I'm not that engineer. That is my profession. Somebody would say, I'm a teacher. No, you are not a teacher. That is your profession, not so. I'm a doctor. No. I am a counselor. I'm an MP. No, you are not that. Somebody would say, I am the son of God, or I'm a daughter of God. No, we are not asking for your father, for your parent. We are asking, who are you? That I'm a servant of Lord. No, not the work you do to the Lord. Who are you? Today, you must know that you are your thoughts. You are your thoughts. It is your thought that drives you. You are not that body you are seeing. That body is a temple of God. You are your thoughts. When you want to do something, it is your thoughts that will give you that power to do it. Okay? Now, when it came to God himself, he asked me, he said, it is even written in the book of John, chapter 1, verse 3 to 5. He said, in him was life, and the life was the light of men. In him was life. Now, all of us here, I think we have ever lost our dear ones in the hospitals. When will a doctor declare somebody dead? When they are not breathing. I think not only breathing, the most important one is when the heart stops what? Pumping. Not so. So God says, I am in that heart of yours. And the Luke is saying, when he was asked that, when will the kingdom of God come? He said, the kingdom of God will not just come the way you think, because it is already existing within you. And that is in your heart. So how do we pray? Sometimes we pray shouting, doing everything. God is not going to allow that. When you want to pray, we used to shout, all of us, even myself, I used to shout. I even cried with tears. And I say, God, what is wrong with you? What hell have I done? Why don't you listen to me? Everybody has sacked me. Nobody wants to see me alive. When I was sacked from the company, there was a party to celebrate my exit. I said, what wrong have I done, God? By doing your will, I am a sinner. He said, I didn't know how to talk to him. Now I have gotten how to talk to him. Anything I want, I get. Even when somebody is sick or is in danger, I can cause. I realized when I went to Pharaoh to tell him that God has told him Moses, what shows that God sent you? So Moses threw the stick down. It became a what? A snake. Pharaoh also said, both snake, when you look at them, which one belongs to God and which one does not belong to God? And they were all breathing. Only that Moses' snake swallowed who? The one of Pharaoh. So many people are performing miracles. We don't know whether they are from Moses or from Pharaoh. All. I cannot heal you because people will say, I can't allow that. So for you today, as you are preparing to go out in the field, first and foremost, dedicate everything that you have into the hands of God, and you will succeed. They will toss you here and there, but they will not take you away from this world. You will still remain the same. After I was sacked from here, from Uganda, somebody took me to Kenya. For the last 18 years, I've been working in Kenya. Yeah? I am very happy that the chief guest was also the chief guest there. And on that day, when I was trying to do something, an ambassador, American ambassador, just comes to me and say, I want you to buy my car because my project has ended in Uganda. I'm going back to America. I said, but I don't have money. He said, don't worry. I will give you the car and you will pay by installment. I said, why? That the way you have maintained your car, you cannot manage. I said, oh, this pickup of mine, that yes. So I want you to also to maintain my car so that in 10 years to come, when I'm to come back again to Uganda, I want to find it the way it is. I said, I will do that. So that is not that Muzungu. It is God at work, trying to reward you with many things. Okay? So how do we pray? Now, when you want to pray, please, this is going to mark the end of my speech. Eh? When you want to pray, the Bible says, go inside, close the door, and then pray. That is what the Bible says. Not interpreted very well. The door is in your heart. So now you know you are your thoughts. Your thoughts is in your head. Okay? Now descend from your head and get to the heart. Okay? Which we normally call retreat. We call it fellowshipping. We call it fasting. We call it meditation. We call it adoration. Just get straight inside. Don't think of anything, because before you reach there, he had already known what you want. Don't start thinking of, hey, now I need this job, I need ABCD, I need this amount of money. No, God who lives inside of you knows what you want, even before you were born. Just sit quietly. Only for 3 minutes is enough. You will get all what you want. Hello? You will reach, because you are getting it. By the way, the moment you start entering there, how do you enter, if I may ask you? Now, you know the position of your heart. You will feel some vibration. Okay? Now, just draw your attention all there, that vibration. You are fully connected with God. Don't ask for anything. Just touch the heart. Even if somebody wants to kill you, just touch your heart and listen to the heartbeat. You have completely silenced the person. Hello? That is the only way. Prayer is nothing but just touching your heart, listening to your heartbeat is enough. I have heard people shouting, I say, God, one day you will reveal this to them. No problem. And I don't blame anybody. Nobody has made a mistake. What I'm sharing with you is not a religion, but it is for you to become too close to God. I am a powerful Catholic. I've been there for the last 30 years. But still, I want to remain there, because if I leave them, who will rescue the friends I used to have, all my colleagues who are there, who will rescue them? If I run away from the Protestant church, I have to go there because I have to talk to them. The mosque, I have to go there and talk to them. So God is light. The book is saying in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Somebody might ask that question. This Word is actually when this light is, the light which is inside us is experiencing itself in the physical world. It experiences itself in the physical world in form of words. I have some pictures here. Just open it. Bring one to my brother here. What you see here, I know you will see it later also. The heartbeat will never, it will never work if this light is not there. It is the light that causes the heart to beat. It is the light that causes the heart to pump. It is the light within your heart. The scientist calls it electrical impulses or natural pacemaker. This is what we call natural pacemakers, what the scientists call. But this is the light which we are saying, it is the God himself who is in your heart. The moment it exits this heart, you are declared who? Dead. Now you are in the brain. You are your thoughts. You also resemble that light. Because he created us in his own what? Image. So you are the brain. You are not this body. You and your father, you live in this house called the church. The church is not the building. The church is actually this body that I have, the body we have, okay? Because that is the house of God. So the moment you leave this space and enter here, you sit here, you become one with God. Okay? So once you become one with him, then you inherit what God has. You get everything. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you.
Thank you so much, Engineer, for that very intelligent message you've extended to our dear students. Just to remind you, this session is organized by TIG Network Africa through Inspirational Generation, a network whose intention is to elevate the role of family, starting with children. Also, it's in collaboration with Uganda Pentecostal University. We also have working partners, which include UBC, which include High People. We have Ideation Corner. We have Art Zone Uganda. We have Pepsi, and many more. And for the sake of time, according to our agenda, we are going to have one more item before we get a short lunch break. Then we shall come as we welcome our guest of honor. And before that, allow me first of all thank you students for showing up. Really, I hope you're having fun. Yes, thank you. So it's against this juncture that I'm going to invite our next guest speaker, Mr. Innocent Kawoya, the CEO, High People Foundation. That's the hand clap.
Thank you, Paul. Hi, everyone. I hope you're well. Our chief guest, Deputy IGG, Dr. Patricia, very happy to be with you at important events. The Vice Chancellor of this university. It is nice that a number of women are taking on positions of power. I'm a feminist, so when I see women, happy to see that. And thank you for hosting us, Professor, Engineer, organizers, sponsors and partners, the students community and our leaders, honorable members of parliament. I think I saw some post that has 2 MPs, right? Yeah, very excited to be here. And because engineer has talked about God, maybe most of what I had to say has been said. But importantly, because we are here because we are made of God. Not so? Yeah, so, but I'm very happy to be back in Fort Portal after COVID and after the last activity I personally ever had in Fort Portal in 2018. It's been a while, and so many things have happened. Probably one of the best amusements that is happening now is this university we have, the Uganda Pentecostal University in Fort Portal. And you should be surely proud of yourself and for the advancement that we're having. I am a student of the world. I keep learning, and I work with a team of people that keep learning every single time they get a chance to learn something. So today, before anything, I have learned that I'm going to find ways of touching my heart and connect to my God a certain way. I'll give you results the next time I come back here. Or I'll post on my LinkedIn somehow and tell you. But my good friend and brother here, Michael, will tell you before I tell you. I was also happy to see my clanmate and brother Samuel acting about education. And for me, that was very important. Well, I have spent closely, that's 20 years, working at High People. I started really as an assistant somewhere, assisting in some computer work, some marketing, and it's been a roller coaster and a very great marathon. And as we speak, we are very excited about making our 20 years sometime on the 1st of January 2025. But for many of the things that I've been able to see or learn over the time, and maybe one of the things that I would really want to share with students is to tell you that if you have a chance to study, keep in school any day, any time. Education is very, very critical. It is probably one of the very few proven channels through which people from different backgrounds, people from different places around the world have been able to make it to high places, the highest of power, whether in church. When you go to the Catholic Church, our church, the popes have PhDs and PhDs. The presidents of this world are very, very well educated. And they will all tell you that they keep getting more educated every other time when they have a chance. Why? Because you are going to find it very hard to challenge people who know a lot of things. And most importantly, you're going to find it very hard to challenge AI in this age and time if you don't know about artificial intelligence. Do you know, if you know AI, please raise up your hand. Someone knows about AI? Please raise up your hand if you... Okay. You know ChatGPT, but it's going to be very challenging for every single human being to challenge the new innovations we have in our tech space like AI if you don't keep at the same pace, learning, relearning, and unlearning things that don't make sense to your community and to yourself. But most importantly, I will reference engineer's conversation on him standing for something and keeping very persistent about a certain achievement. And I'll tell you today that the same way I mentioned about urging every one of us here who is studying to keep in school and study and to keep learning every single day when you have a chance, from friends, from community, from internet and all the likes. I would also tell you that there are not so many jobs for you who are educated out there. There are very many proven statistics, even in America. The government does not even employ 1% of the population. So as you are studying, you should appreciate and learn to be as innovative and creative as possible. But what gets you to being innovative? As you're studying, whatever you're studying, you should appreciate problem solving. I have never been fired. And I will never be fired or hired by anyone. I hire myself wherever I want, yeah? So I will never be fired, not in any way. Why? Because I chose to take the path of working wherever I can. But most importantly, everyone also is not going to be self-employed. But the individuals that are going to stay very relevant in our society today, because I also have employees, probably maybe 70 or 80 of them, that we stick with every day and we've worked with for 19 years, are the ones that have kept solving the problems that we have in our organization. So we don't want to lose any of them, and we've not lost any apart from 2 of them who died. And that is not ours to control. It is God's call anyway. But as I conclude, I would like to urge every one of us to find purpose. Well, we we have traveled from the city to come here and have a conversation for 5 minutes, and we could wait because TIG Network invited us, but we couldn't wait for this day to come. Why? Because we didn't have so many chances and we didn't have so many people to talk to us like you have in the IGG here today. It wasn't very common. I don't remember meeting. I mean, we started with people who met the president when they were in P3. We started who even had ever looked at President Museveni any single time. Of course, the people I started with never saw Idi Amin. So, and they never saw Dr. Bote. So I'm very sure they had not seen any president. But we have been blessed a certain way that we want to make sure we bless you as well, a certain way. And that is why when we have such a call or an opportunity to come here and share a word or two, we would urge you to just listen to a few. Not everything will make sense, of course. Some of the things we say sometimes is a lot of rubbish, especially when you're hungry and you haven't had a meal. But remember the few things that make sense to you. Endeavor to make sure you solve a problem in society. And when you're solving that problem, you're not going to solve it in one day. So ensure that whatever you're going to have to do, you keep passionate about doing that something and keep doing it over and again. Don't be embarrassed for failing. I was in some schools where the people who performed poorly and they were last in class were called upon in front of everyone and embarrassed a certain way because they were called failures. But I've seen some of those people who are called failures making it so well in life, because even when they were told they were failing in school, they kept believing in education. So for whatever it is, if you're trying out something and you think it's not making sense, but you really feel like you love it and you have passion for pursuing it on and on, please keep doing it. And over time you'll find the joy that I'm sure they'll tell you about. I mean, you'll grow. I'm sure our VC has about being happy being a vice chancellor. There are even more than 500 in the whole country. And the IG, they are very special places to be in. So please keep in school, solve problems in society, and importantly, believe in something.
And thank you also for your patience. We have a team for coming.
Yes, once again, from the different faculties, starting with law, as we go to entrepreneurship, as financial inclusion segment, which is the question and answer. And at this point, I and my co-moderator, we are going to be moving around. Also, the questions can be written on papers, and you can be able to forward them to us so that the guest speakers that have spoken so far can be able to respond to those questions. Also, you can feel free to ask for the microphone, and you ask. So I kindly request maybe one of the representatives can, I myself, can be moving around to pick those questions for any questions are being sent. Somebody is going to be moving around. We are going to go to the next item on the agenda. Please, somebody is going on to them. The next item on the agenda, we are going to get a representative, actually the creative director from TIG Network Africa, Mr. Michael Balaba, to come and give an overview about the concept of school to work spaces. And at that same juncture, he will also be able to invite Dr. Patricia Achan to come and speak to us. So, Mr. Michael, you're very welcome.
Thank you so much, the MC of the day. Thank you so much. Protocol observed. My name is Balaba Michael, and I'm the Creative Director of TIG Network Africa. And I hold another office. I'm a Contents Manager. I'm a Programs Manager at Uganda Broadcasting Corporation. And I have another office of Serving God. So thank you so much for having this session. And I want to thank everyone who has been part of this support. Thank you so much. Whenever we reach out to students in this kind of arrangement, we are looking at how we can be impactful. And many times we have lived in a culture of studying in a white-collar setting where we study, look for jobs, and all that kind of stuff. But you realize that our speakers and many of our guest speakers are trying so much to give us an insight of being innovative and creative. That is where we can achieve more. There are a lot of statistics that informs what we started. Over 30,000 students every year graduate in Uganda. And trust me, how many ministries do we have in Uganda? And how many parastatals in private, in mainstream, that we know of that can employ all of us. So it is important to give you necessary knowledge to innovate, create, and be much more impactful in society. So TIG Network Africa, its focus is to revive the glory of family, starting with the children. We looked so much into the areas of communication. To most of us here and those in above 30s, you know, where we grew up from, it would be the parent to talk to you. The communication is coming from one way. The parent tells you what to do. But this time around, we must embrace a two-way communication where we give an opportunity our children or in families to speak back to us. And we harmonize, we see how we can have a better Uganda. So we looked onto the culture and the cultural values. I am very excited that on the program we had a drama here which was reflecting a dance, which I saw some elements that depict or show a lot of our cultures. You would see how the Banyankole live their lives, how they are cholis, and in fact it would promote diversity in many areas. So we gave attention also that to the culture and the cultural values. And Innocent, our fintech expert, talked about the AI. Most of us here, we have adopted this culture, but we do not know. I understand most of us here, at least as students, we use Word. And if you can understand today, you type, there is autocorrection. Many times the autocorrection is helping us to quickly design our documents and go forward. So we have been part of this, but we didn't know. Yes. But these are just advancements of AI, and we must appreciate, and we appreciate science and technology. We can never fight this, only to embrace it and live in a better society. Yes. So we also focus so much at how the parenting, we can revive the parenting. Today we are not talking about all that, but I just wanted to give you an insight and delve into school to work spaces. Given the fact that there are no many jobs, you know, in Uganda today, but we can make jobs. Yes, we can make jobs. And I want to encourage you students that stop looking for those many jobs, but try so much to to convince your mind of service, because God remunerates service than jobs. The jobs are there, but focus so much on the service, because service leads you to that outstanding job you are looking for. So, school to work spaces. We started this program. We segmented TIG in 4. We have the kids network, we have the teens network, we have the youth network, and then the parents network. There are many organizations in Uganda that have catered for specific groups. For example, the teens, We prepare the teens, they transcend to youth, and then you leave them. So you have better kids, and then you leave them after being kids to teens, you leave them. Who are you leaving these kids to? So we are looking at having a holistic personnel from kids, teens, and then parents, so we can be impactful as an activities that we do. So that is it, NTIG Network Africa, and we are calling you to support. When you come here to learn or to get an wisdom, you are being conduit you're coming from in your families and elsewhere. So it shouldn't stop on you. Innocent talked about coming here, yes, to share with us, to share with you. I mean, he has gotten this for many years ago, but he's sharing. Yes, I had one of our dear lecturers here say that students, for us, we could be knowing this, but to be impactful, to make me, and we are also getting into many, our program is very stiff in secondary schools of this, so that we can see a better Uganda. I'm given a task to invite our dear guest Dom from her. I have learned our guest, Dr. Patricia Chan. I welcome you, and may you come and share to the students of Uganda Pentecostal University.
My fellow panelists, my young brother, the Executive Director, guests, good Inspector General of Government, and my other colleague, Deputy Inspector General of Government, Mrs. Anne Muhere. She sends her greetings. I would like to first of all things about mentorship, things about inspiring students, things about a future, a bright future for the students. I would also like to thank the members of the University Council for this university, for their tireless efforts towards educating the young generation on school to working mainly about hard work, the significance of hard work and networking, in our lives. There are walls within the university, and it is a routine lifestyle to a dynamic work life through a dynamic work environment with very many challenges, some of which require your own choices as students. So what choices are you going to make? And I would like to urge you to think about whom and what you want to become. What actually, in the Bible times, you remember David, King David? He had challenges, but hard work today. In a class of 100 people, do you see yourself coming out? Think about what makes a difference between you and other students. And those things will begin to propel you because of hard work. The transition from school to workspaces is characterized by a multitude of opportunities and challenges. Even me, as we drove into the university, I saw opportunities. I was like, hey, if this DIGGNS gets finished, I can come here and teach. This university, we should start a master's program here. And it will be written somewhere that Dr. Patricia Chan Okiria came here and talked about introducing a master's program within the Pentecostal University. So look at opportunities and challenges, which as a person prepares you to join the workforce. It should prepare you to exploit in order to achieve greater heights and career. The person who introduced me did not talk about the other things I do. I am a member of Uganda Christian Lawyers Fraternity, where I serve as the vice president. I am a mother and a wife also. I'm also a musician. I sing choir, and I love to do evangelism by singing and preaching the word of God. But I also double up as a member of Rotary. I belong to the Rotary. I am a member of the Uganda Association of Women Lawyers. Why am I telling you all this? I am telling you all this because I want you to think about issues to do with social capital, which someone has already talked about. What kind of friends do you keep around you? You need to choose your friends wisely. Are they people going to build you? Are they going to promote you? Are they inspiring you at nightclubs and things like that? So we need to have friends we choose carefully, friends who are meaningful to our lives, friends who inspire us, who build us and make us better persons. Structured academic environment vis-a-vis professional practical settings. It is therefore first and foremost important for you to first of all acknowledge the disparities between the structured academic environment you have here and the professional practical settings. Practical settings which will usher you into the world.